DSX Motorsports, doing this vlog. On my way home from work right now, I do like a weird flip-flop schedule. So like right now, it's like 2:15 in the morning. Way harder to do this at 2:15 in the morning than it is to do it at 6 o'clock in the evening time. So yeah, pretty crazy. But I'm sure everybody has seen the crazy talk about the new Cybertruck that'll Elon Musk put out, and that has to be the biggest troll he is putting out there. There's no way that that's for real, I don't think, and I think he's just messing with people. I think he's just throwing it out there just to see what kind of people buy into his crazy nonsense, or buy into just anything that's branded Tesla, just to kind of see what kind of, people are out there, what kind of consumers are out there, trying to get maybe honest opinions. I think with the glass break-in, with the steel balls and all that stuff, I think that was all with the intention of making that kind of like that online impact and that online presence. I mean, he was even, I guess, cussing in the video, like I guess when the steel ball broke the first window of this unbreakable glass, he said, "Oh my fucking God." And according to the stuff that I read, I didn't actually hear him say that in some of the tweets I saw, but I'm like positive that is just all one big, it has to be, just one big troll, just putting it out there. He lost, they said his stock slipped 6%. It's like over $700 million in stock share he lost, but he's the 41st richest man in the world. I don't think he really gives a shit. I think he's worth, or at least Tesla's worth like $26 billion or something obnoxious, which I think is just way overrated anyway, but, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I think he kind of just did that truck just to kind of make a point that just anybody will buy anything, any of that stupid crap. And maybe he just really wants to see, who, if people are really concerned about looks. I mean, there's definitely a lot of stuff that, people are taken back on for sure, especially with the looks. Tons of jokes, references to Star Wars and Simpsons and the stuff that people's kids draw, at 3 years old, and all that other funny shit, the flying pizza, all that stuff. And I think it's pretty genius, because if anything, he's going to get people just really ramped up about it. I didn't see any stats, though, unfortunately, of what kind of mileage the truck's going to be able to do, what kind of, things are out there for the truck, and actually comparing it to trucks, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I don't think, I think with Ford coming out with the silly Mustang truck thing that they're, SUV that they're coming out with, and with, Chevy talking about doing their own electric vehicle, I think that maybe, or electric truck, I think maybe they're just trying to get something out there just to kind of set their placeholder that they are making something for sure. I've seen some renderings, and the renderings look hella good. I mean, really aggressive, definitely futuristic, not very practical from a truck perspective, but some people just, mid-sized trucks sell like crazy, Colorados and old S10s and stuff are big. So I don't know. Definitely ain't replacing the old trusty Suburban though. So yeah, I just think that's funny. Going off of that, I mean, the whole electric car craze is kind of crazy to me. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these silent discos, where, I guess that's what they're called anyway, these silent concerts where people will put headphones on, and on the headphones, they're the DJ is playing to those headphones, Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or whatever. They had it at the last West Grid Life Festival, and I think it's one of those things that it's kind of weird, but so are electric cars. So wouldn't it be funny if they had something like that where you could just pick up your headphone set, I want to listen to a Big Block, or I want to listen to an RB or a 2J or whatever, and they've got these pre-recorded sounds based off of, say, a potentiometer that they put on the throttle position switch on an electric electric car, and as these electric cars are doing these crazy burnouts, quietly, you've got your headphones on and you're listening to some, SR20 DET Sylvia just burning the tires off of it or something. I think that's a thing. I think that'll be a thing, especially with the way that sound pollution is getting for places and stuff. But I don't know. Pretty funny to think about for sure. I'm not a fan of the electric cars, but I think that's the biggest part of it is I like tinkering with my cars, like messing with stuff, and I've had everything from dual side draft Weber Hondas to up to this point turbocharged Subaru, so everything in between. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't dabbled with, mostly just Hondas, BMWs, and now more recently Subarus. No rotaries, not crazy like that, no flying Doritos. I've been around people. My buddy Frank's really into them. If you guys don't know, Scott, who owns MoFab, he's got a GC that's got a rotary swap in it still with the Subaru drivetrain in it, and so that's pretty crazy. But yeah, not into the old disco Doritos for sure. Maybe if they could make it like Cheez-It powered, maybe I'd be into that. Get some like Cheez-It powered Mazda motor, but something tells me that probably couldn't even run a little tiny plane, broken wing helicopter or something silly like that. So that being said, I don't know. Hopefully tomorrow. So this weekend I'm off work just because the oil field's slow right now. So tomorrow I'm gonna try and get up the finale video for Nick for Button Willow. So definitely stay tuned, and definitely, I say tomorrow, but on Saturday, definitely stay tuned for that and be looking for that to drop. Another thing that's kind of crazy to me, 6 Over Crest is now partnered with 9 Lives to basically adapt their wings, or the 9 Lives wings, onto their existing mounts. And that's such a bummer. It bums me out because the setup that Flatirons came up with, working with 9 Lives, is so solid. And I run it on my bug eye right now. I love that thing. Scott Musgrove runs it on his GR. He picked up time on it, and like they're literally bolt-in solutions that don't have all that goofy ass shit that the 6 Over Crest thing's got. So just kind of sad to see that. And I'd like to see, obviously I'd love to see more 9 Live wings out there, and but I'd really like, more the effort that Flatirons put out to see more of those wings out there. I've definitely seen a couple, but we need more. Everything needs big wangs for sure. And just on that same token, I love that how modular that wing is. So it's kind of a bummer that 6 Over Crest is working with them now, and I don't know. I think it's silly, but either way. That being said, hopefully people start taking more Subarus out to the track, if that's what it takes. Ultimately, we're another company that's probably a little bit more present, I guess I should say, in the industry, starts making more wings, the more people are going to run. And by all means, if there's people out at the track, I think that's great. One of those things is Pikes Peak International Raceway does like a little time attack series, is what they call it anyways, basically like a high-speed autocross. And I'd like to see that more people come from that, getting into doing like actual more time trial, more like real time attack series stuff. So hopefully people do start getting into it more and stuff. Just like no idea how many of these people come out. I was listening to a podcast with Adam Gervais the other day. It's actually from February this year, 2019. And in that podcast, he's just talking about how just how much grid life itself has grown. Like how it started off as, this Western Michigan Honda meet where they were basically just meeting up in parking lots once a year, and that turned into like bigger and bigger car shows, and then eventually somebody was brought it to their attention, like, hey, you can like actually rent like a racetrack. They're like, what? You can rent like an entire racetrack? So his partner Chris Stewart basically took the big swipe, and that's when, you know, Western Michigan Honda Meet started going to the tracks, and I think Gingerman was that first track, and then they started doing more and more, and then they like, hey, what are we gonna do to make this bigger? And Chris is telling, you know, I guess Chris was like I don't know, kind of booked like concert gigs and stuff, you know, for venues. So he was like, what if we did like concerts and drifting? And Adam was like, dude, drifting? Really? That's like figure skating for cars. And then, of course, the drifting came out, and that got big. And now look at it. He was saying that in 2018, at the Grid Life Midwest Festival, there's 14,000 people come through the gates for that festival. And that's just absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, it's super awesome that it's really grown up that much, you know. Just grown up so much. And I think it's crazy. I think it's awesome. Hopefully it keeps going that way. But I think it's going to get better and get bigger. Time Attack is just kicking off. So, but yeah, you guys watching this at home, you guys should start thinking about getting into it if you aren't doing it already. Keith James, I'm looking at you. Anybody else? Plus, hit up Flatirons to see what their sales are. Right now, they got 10% off on AP Racing Colo or AP Racing brakes, which is a brake system that I love. They've got 10% off on Feel coilovers right now, which I love. Get those freaking get real spoilers before they go to the wayside of the neck collector groups. Definitely check out the deals that they're running right now for Black Friday. Definitely a good time to start building your car and getting it ready for Time Attack and time trials and HPDEs and all that stuff. But ultimately, whatever you have right now is likely sufficient enough to go out and start getting a taste of this. So either way, that's all the time I got now. Definitely rambled on quite a little bit there, but I am beat. I am tired, and I don't know if you call this late or early, but I will look for our video drop this weekend, and then I'll catch back up with you guys on Monday.